Hi everyone, George Farmer here, content creator for Tropica Aquarium plants. In this video we'll take an in-depth look into this 3-month-old Oase StyleLine 85 Aquascape and explain how we keep it so healthy with relatively low maintenance. We will go through the plant species and also discuss some of the equipment choices and maintenance techniques, so hopefully you may learn something and potentially improve your own planted aquariums. We think it's a great example of what can be achieved on a medium budget and without too much time or effort required to keep it looking great. If you like this video, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing with notifications enabled if you haven't done so already. Also leave us a comment. Would you like to see this aquascape continue to evolve, or should we create a brand new layout and show you how? What kind of aquascape would you like to see? Let us know in the comments. The aquarium itself holds 75 litres or 20 US gallons and has a relatively tall aspect ratio, which is important when considering the plant choice and aquascape design. The supplied lighting is 2x8 watt LED lamps that are fitted inside the hood. This is regarded as low lighting, so it is essential that we choose appropriate plant species that will tolerate lower lighting levels. This is especially important when considering carpeting species, as they receive the least amount of light due to their distance from the light source. The photo period is set to 8 hours consistently every day using a basic plug-in timer. All of the plants in here are Tropica's easy category. This means that they can grow in lower levels of light and without CO2 injection or higher nutrient levels. However, it is important to note that all aquarium plants will benefit from CO2 injection, even with lower levels of light. We believe that this is one of the reasons that make this planted aquarium such a success. It is the combination of lower lighting levels with CO2 injection that promote very healthy yet relatively slow growth. The plants are also well fed through their roots with Tropica Aquarium soil and through their leaves with a daily dose of Tropica Specialised Nutrition. Note the new 750ml bottles for more economical use. We add 2 squirts every day. CO2 is added by the Tropica 3-in-1 diffuser that incorporates a non-return valve, bubble counter and ceramic disc that produces tiny microbubbles for efficient diffusion. We are also using a small external filter to clean and circulate the water, with the fittings nicely hidden from view by the plants. Now let's go through these wonderful plants in more detail. As discussed, they are all in Tropica's easy category, but as you can see, just because they are easy does not mean they are any less beautiful. In fact, we believe that some of the hobby's greatest plants are also some of the easiest to grow, which is good news for all levels of hobbyist. Easy plants will also grow even better in higher energy conditions, such as tanks with intense light and high CO2 and nutrient levels. Starting with the foreground, we have a lovely carpet of dwarf hairgrass, Eleocharis parvula. This has been growing steadily over the last 3 months and has now formed a solid lawn. Over time we can trim this to stop it from smothering itself too much. It is also a good idea to siphon any accumulated waste from the carpet, as this helps to keep algae away. Over the very long term, probably several months or so, we can uproot the entire carpet in one go, then replant the healthiest portions to allow it to regrow again. This process can be repeated indefinitely if so desired. The next foreground plant is this lush green Starrigani Repens. Over the last 90 days it has developed into these wonderful bushes that require very little maintenance. We only had to trim once so far in the very foreground because it was starting to grow up against the front glass. The compact and manageable growth is due to this combination of lower lighting and CO2 injection, along with good nutrients from the soil and liquid fertilisers. Here you can see the Anubis Petite that is growing slowly and steadily attached to the rocks and wood. It usually requires shading in order to prevent algae growth on its slow growing leaves, but because we are running low lighting levels, it is almost algae free. CO2 injection also promotes the attractive compact growth that's enhanced by the relatively small leaves from this petite variety of Anubias. You may also notice how clean the rocks are. We haven't touched these at all. They are free from algae as a result of the low lighting, healthy plant growth and algae eaters, in our case Amano shrimp, cherry shrimp and nearite snails. Next we move on to the beautiful Microsorum Trident. This popular variety of Java fern provides a great focal point with its distinctive leaves that droop forward in an attractive cascading manner. Although Trident fern is an easy category plant, we find to get the best results it does much better with CO2 injection and a regular addition of liquid fertiliser. As with Anubias, it is an epiphyte plant, so can only obtain nutrients through the water, so liquid fertilisers are necessary in order to maintain optimum health. The only stem plant we have in here is Bacopa Compact. Although this is an easy stem plant, it is relatively slow growing and therefore low maintenance. We've allowed it to deliberately reach the surface so it adds to the triangular composition of the aquascape and also hides the filter pipes. The final plant is Kryptokirani Petite, one of the easiest crypts. The dark brown-green colour adds a great contrast to all of the brighter green plants, and over the long term it will gradually become more dense with no maintenance required at all for many months. It's happy to grow in the shade, which results in even slower growth, but as with the other plants, the addition of CO2 injection promotes a better vibrancy and a desirable leaf shine that many hobbyists strive for. Maintenance in this aquarium is very straightforward. Every day we simply add 2 squirts of Tropica Specialised Nutrition. Every week we change 50% of the aquarium water after cleaning the aquarium glass and trimming any plants that need it. Then once a month we clean the filter hoses and fittings. The CO2 is checked every day to ensure the bubble rate is around 1 bubble per second. This gives us around 25 to 30 parts per million CO2. We also check the temperature, which is around 24 Celsius. The fish are fed daily, and in here we have a mixture of tetras and a pair of pearl gouramis. These are really peaceful fish that are very easy to keep. We use tap water, which is medium hard, measuring around 320 parts per million in totally dissolved solids. So there you have it, an insight into the simple yet super healthy aquascape designed to give a high impact effect without too much cost or time required for maintenance. We believe one of the biggest lessons here is that keeping easy plants with low light but with CO2 injection and good nutrients is a great recipe for making your aquarium success. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye bye.